guys, welcome. La Casa Grande Podcast, episode 10. Today we're going to be talking about something very interesting that might relate with some of y'all.
Remember I was talking to you about that I had a lot of anger when I was growing up?
Yeah, I remember.
And maybe what I was telling you was I don't remember why I used to have a lot of anger. I used to just hit you all the time. I remember I used to hit my head against the wall, kind of crazy. I was just so mad.
Wait, you used to hit your head against the wall?
Yeah. I've had my moments to it when I was smaller. I used to do dumb shit like that.
Damn, for real? You were just angry? Or how'd you feel? What made you do those actions?
I don't know. A lot of the things that my parents, I think a lot of my parents' feelings passed on to me because they were just so stressed all the time, worried. I kind of was witness to that.
Oh, okay. So you saw a lot of the anger that they express at home.
Yeah, or frustration, más que nada. Over money. I remember they used to work my mom used to work the morning shift and my dad would watch us. And then they would switch around doing that. So but whenever they were together or growing up, I think I witnessed a lot of frustration from them because they were busy raising us and kind of had a hard time because money was tight.
Yeah, it was.
Money was tight. So a lot of those feelings were
pushed onto you.
Yeah. They were I don't know. I've just thought about it myself. And I'm man, why used to be so angry? I used to even beat up Gio.
Well, not beat me up, but yeah, physical
and also I guess mental too. I used to scream a lot at you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like wash those dishes or
I'd be damn. I was why are you so mad?
Yeah.
You're just mad all the time.
No, but and you used to be the person you never said you never really fought back because you couldn't, or I don't know why you just didn't.
I mean, eventually, I thought it was something normal because I was just how you were. I was this motherfucker's crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But afterwards, when I could start defending myself, I started trying to. And at first, I couldn't because you were 2 years older than me. You were stronger than I was. And then eventually, it was okay, well, I was doing it enough to where you would stop, or it just stopped eventually, you know?
Yeah. No, or even our angriest moments. I think I've grown a little bit from that. They used to be my really worst, and then also kind of 2 years ago we had the food truck when I went off, or I got angry at you for not bringing an olla.
Well,
or something like that.
I think you started getting angry because one of Alex that was helping us, he had spilled the olla de menudo or something like that.
And then brought it on the truck, because you guys had brought it on the truck, and there's so many potholes.
I think it was just him.
For real?
And then I was doing something else. You know what I'm saying? And then he got there and I was oh shit. He fucked up. And then you got angry at that first. And then you came at me for, I don't even remember what it was for, but it was after that. It was after that, it was me. Yeah.
I was I don't know. I felt like I screamed at you so hard that when I turned around, my chest even hurt. I'm dang, dude,
yeah, you were red in my face. I was bro,
my throat, why is it hurting? I almost lost my voice, and rarely do I lose my voice because I try not to lose my core. I that's what I've been trying to do, these past few years. But 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago,
but let's explain the situation a little bit. So me and Mario used to work at a food truck. You know what I'm saying? That he started, La Casa Grande food truck actually. And then we had been working there for some time now, and it was just kind of crazy, working at the pulga and the food truck.
Never had I witnessed a job that
demanded so much.
Yeah, that demanded so much, and it was summer. The heat does something to you too.
Yeah, and it was hot as fuck in there.
The heat, and even inside there, the fan wasn't even that good to extract all the heat. And
so you just get trapped in the heat in there, right?
Yeah. And I used to move my food. The menudo was late, first of all. It used to get there at 10. And I don't know, I think the menudo was coming. Like it was coming in.
Oh, you're talking about that day specifically? Yeah.
So we were gonna serve it up, and you were working with me, but I don't know what happened. I think so. I guess it spilled, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It spilled, and then like it just set off your reaction, I guess. And I was doing something else, and I don't know what. And I was like, "Yo, you need to like calm down or something." And I think that's when you yelled at me. I don't know. It was something that happened.
I don't know, dude, but it was one of those moments that as soon as I got done, like yelling at you for whatever reason I did.
Yeah, we were in the middle of the flea market.
Yeah, oh yeah, we were in the middle of the pulga. Maybe other people watched. Yeah, I didn't even.
Right in front of the food truck.
Yeah, we had customers in our tables. We had even our other coworkers. We were working with like 5 other people too.
Yeah, they were. I was just looking. I was like, damn.
And I don't even remember if people were like were staring at me, because I was the one yelling. So I was like, obviously they were just like, "Yo, where's the cheese mat?" or "What's going on? What's the fight?"
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, I turned around and I was like, "Me arrepentí." Like as soon as I turned around, I was like, I messed up. I was like, I shouldn't have screamed, or I shouldn't have lost my cool, because, and I kind of felt like I kind of judged myself hard in that one of those moments too, because I was like, this is not the way to speak to people, or like, especially I said my brother. I was like, how am I talking to my brother like this? I'm like, or I try not to lose my cool like that no more.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I also feel though like I think that happens because you like store it inside, you know what I'm saying? And then I guess eventually it just comes out. But you know, in that moment, I didn't think. I mean, obviously when it was happening, I was like, "Yo, he needs to get out my face," you know. But I was just also like, if I do something, like, what is that gonna help?
Do you think I've grown up a little bit from that?
From what?
From like being that angry, or you like seeing my angry moments, like even whenever you were little, you know, I used to like yell at you and stuff like that.
I mean, like, I mean, in that moment, are you talking about that moment right now?
No, like you were just talking about the other moment that I was mad. Like, do you think I've grown from those moments that we've been talking about
to right now?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
like
but
anger control.
I guess, but that was, how do I say it? That wasn't something normal to happen, you know? And like even that moment of anger hadn't happened in a while.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it like at some point it could happen, you know, again. So but before that, it's not like you were doing bad with anger, like you were just fucking angry all the time. Because that happened within the past 4 years?
Yeah.
Like before that, how long ago was that? I think it was like 2 years ago maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I'm saying? And like from then now, I mean, there hasn't been any other situation where it's like, oh shit, you know? And before that moment, when was the last time? So it was like something that could happen. So you've done like good, you know, like usual.
Yeah, or maybe I used to hold it in a lot. I used to just hold in a lot of things.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
Because I told you, when I was smaller, I felt like a lot angrier. And then I've kind of felt less angry.
Oh, you're saying that now you just don't feel angry?
Like now I just...
I mean, well, so let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've grown?
I just feel like I don't...
You know what I'm saying?
Get angry like I used to. Let me tell you about...
well, the thing is, though, you would seem angry, but it's not like I would look at you and I'd be like, damn, like he's angry.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe, well, like, what if you're still angry now? So, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to ask you, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like you've grown?
I feel like I'm more like at peace. Reading books kind of has helped me through that whole journey.
The act of reading a book, or like the books you've read?
The active reading, or like active occupying my mind, or growing my knowledge. It's the things I learn, and the way that anger infects your like soul, your mind. Like all those are like things I've gotten out of books, and just realizing what emotions really are. Like reading Marcus Aurelius, the Meditations book. That specific book, it's like this emperor that has everything.
Wait, but you're saying that you grew because you were reading books, or because like of the books you were reading?
The words I was reading from the books, I was just like choosing books at random, and certain parts of like every one of those books, kind of was like, huh, like
okay.
Like,
So
they kind of like.
Oh, so the things you were reading.
Yeah, the things I was reading, but I wasn't reading anything specific. I haven't been like it's.
No, I know what I'm saying, but like you would like take parts of certain book and like you would pick something out and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
this is something that I could use.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the things from the books.
Yeah. So I guess
not the act of reading, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like what I'm trying to ask you? Yeah. Just to clarify.
Yeah. Now I do.
I mean, what books did you start reading to like help control it then? Or like what things were you taking into consideration?
No, it's just like realizing that being angry all the time wasn't helping me, like, or like helping me be at peace. Like my mind be sane or clear enough to like think.
You just didn't want to be angry anymore?
No, I don't want to have a lot of like frustration pent up, like. But anger can also come from like being stressed and stuff like that. You're kind of like angry that you're not making enough progress. So all of that, like all those types of different angers too. It's not just like the one growing up where you do it through physical, but it could be like I felt anger because I feel like I didn't produce enough today, or like do enough, or like you don't do enough in a year, stuff like that too.
Oh, okay.
Or I used to get so angry that because you were worrying so much about something, like those situations too, you know, like all those.
Yeah.
So like once I took all that and I'm like, dang, all these things are affecting me too, like, and also the things like that stress causes. I used to be so stressed, I used to be angry, so like I'm like, I need to try to manage that stress because I heard this story that.
But was there something that you were stressed because you needed to be stressed? Like, for example, how do I say it? Like, was it things that you necessarily needed to be stressed about? Or were they things that you just made yourself stress about?
Maybe a lot of what I was consuming, like, for example, like I said, I've always seen mom and dad kind of like struggle.
Okay.
And then like, then also my struggles and all that together. Kind of like, I guess I carried it for a long time. And one of the most important things for me, it's like helping my family progress. And like, whenever I did the food truck, it was kind of like a just a venture like this. It was kind of like a dumb venture because I never really know how to cook or anything like that. And I've been like that in a lot of businesses. Because the most important thing is for my family to be good. So whenever I feel like I'm not doing good enough for my family, or even for me or from our own progress, I get angry. I used to get like a lot angrier. But I've learned patience now. Because all the things I've done have been building blocks for me to realize like, hey, you can't always hurry things, or you can't always have what you want in that moment. So it's like peace, that you have everything. So that's how kind of like pushed my anger away.
Okay.
So like that's kind of how like I've evolved my anger into like kind of like this patience.
Okay.
Because like I said, I was telling you like, and you were a result in a lot of moments of my anger. That's what I was talking about, like whenever we were smaller. You were a result. Front hand, because you were my right hand man all the time, about how I translated, or how like how I translated that anger into like physical and mental too. Maybe I said some words. I used to be a lot meaner, no? I mean too, like, but also because I was angry.
I mean, no, I always felt you pretty chill, but like, yeah, in those moments that you were angry, yeah,
I used to just say like degrading stuff, or like. Because I used to lose my cool.
Yeah, I mean, just like Roderick with his little brother, you know.
Yeah, and I think that dynamic is normal, but I think it's just been important for me to lose my anger, like lose that frustration, lose that weight, and kind of give it time. That you know what we're trying to do. We're trying to build something that's gonna last, maybe a business. But
many people don't have businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Many people don't, but
so how can those people deal with that anger? Do you get what I'm saying? Because like we can talk about the anger side of it, and like congratulations to you. You know what I'm saying? You know how to deal with that, and like you've learned up until now.
What I would tell someone?
Yeah, but what would you tell somebody that was still frustrated about something like that? To not be mad anymore.
Well, I would say like the only thing I know best is like take your time with things and take your time to like think through things. Like whenever, try to be less reactive to the world and be a little bit more responsive. When I say like be responsive, it's kind of like really taking to consideration everything around your environment, like everything, not that just instance. Because life is just made up of a whole bunch of instances, but you have to be responsive to like everything that's going around you, not just one moment. Like that's the only way that I would see it. It's kind of like, I guess everybody would have their own thing though too, because like some people take it out through the gym and they find themselves like that. For me, that was a journey. But let me see what else. Read books, definitely. I think reading books, even you find it fun. Like you find certain books, right, that kind of like start giving you like that peace of mind or something like that. Like I kind of didn't know that, but now I know that, and that's a tool. So you kind of start getting another type of peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe books, because like. Yeah.
So books. What you're saying is like you try to distract the mind from that, or like try to.
No, because you kind of have to grow, and or maybe if you have to see a therapist, because then that's just the way. But like I think the most important part would be kind of like finding yourself, just like alone, and feel that anger like running through you, but put it to like a good use, because that anger could be used for something. Like. Sometimes I tell myself at the gym, like, to be angry at a moment so I can lift more weights. I don't know, because it just motivates me more. I think about a moment when I got bullied when I was younger, and I was like, "Oh, that makes me so angry."
Yeah, but a lot of people do that.
And then I lift more, so I don't know, maybe use, and I get tired.
Yeah.
You've never had moments like that?
That I needed to get mad about something? No.
At the gym for more motivation?
No,
that's how I do it.
I've just found it in myself to do it. Like, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can do this. But no, I've never had to bring it back to a mad moment. But that's a good thing to do. I might have to try that. Maybe get that extra strength for real.
Think about that extra. It's gonna give you that extra push.
Yeah, but I mean, going back to like the mad stuff. What was your worst reaction, you think? Or like, what was the biggest thing you regret after being in a moment that where you were angry?
Let me see.
Or it was just like the last one that was like the biggest one that you think about.
The biggest one I think about is other than the food truck, because I think about the food truck one a lot. Was the one kind of like, I guess, in middle school? No, in high school, when I was like I was a freshman or a sophomore, and. I remember I went to like a festival and I had paid. We were coming back from a festival, and I had paid for someone's like ticket or something like that, or tickets. It was like $50. They had told me, oh, like when my mom comes back, I'm gonna pay you back or something like that. And we were coming back from that, so I was expecting my $50 back, and back then I used to not work, so. The $50 was a lot.
$50 was a lot. Yeah,
$50 was a lot, and plus I had this car that used to waste a lot of gas. The Mustang, I used to have a yellow Mustang with stripes. I used to love it so much, but
yeah,
that car gave me a lot of issues too, and it wasted a lot of gas too. That's what I can remember. So like I wanted those $50 back.
That was a gas tank right there.
That was the gas tank, and what happened is that whenever we went back to the car, I told the girl, like, hey, so, like, where's my $50? And
you were like, you got me?
I told you, $50 was a lot back then. And she's like, I don't have it. Like, I don't have it. And in that moment, like, I don't know when, I guess I kind of went blank. And that in my anger, we were right beside my car because we had to walk back to the parking lot, and we were beside my car. I started like punching my yeah, exactly, my Mustang's mirror, and I punched it like 5 times, and I screamed like I was like, I was just like frustrated.
What the hell?
Yeah. And whenever I was done, and I did that like alone, like as if nobody was watching.
Mm-hmm. But they was watching.
But then I turned around, and then I see like 4 people looking directly at me in like my eyes, and I'm like, and I kind of snap out of the anger moment.
Se te metió el demonio.
I don't know what went.
I think you need to go to church though. What if it's still in there? It's just in hiding.
Nah.
You never know.
I've controlled it.
Like Asta, control the demon inside you.
Exactly.
Or something like that.
But that moment, those people were looking at me, and I was just like, I still remember that moment because I'm like, I'm just really, really too reactive. Like,
that's crazy.
I was just like so mad, and that moment right there is one of the most important parts of my life because I'm like, I can't be getting angry over this. Like back then I used to lose $50. Now I'm losing 200, or like I've lost 1,000, trying to help people. And I don't get mad. I'm like, bless them, but like I'm not gonna be able to give you again. That's farewell. That's it. Like we're good.
That's true.
Farewell.
Yeah, because when you help somebody like with like on it, you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to help you, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna try to like look out, and then they do something like that,
Maybe they have to pay their car off, or like they have to pay for a surgery because their tío got into an accident or something like that, because Hispanics don't have insurance. So you're like, here, you help them out.
And they're like, we're gonna pay you back.
We're gonna pay you back. No te preocupes.
And then they disappear.
And you give your money expecting your money back. I mean, like, and one thing they could do is maybe like try to say like, hey, I'll pay you back, but give me this much time. But then they
just disappear.
They just get lost.
Yeah, and stuff like that is something that can really like tick you off. You know what I'm saying? But being able to control yourself in those moments,
even to the reaction of like losing money like that, I think is really important because
money talks.
Yeah, money talks in a way, because if you start getting mad over money, como que cuesta que llegue because you're mad. You just kind of have to like let it flow and like I mean, if you believe in karma or yin and yang, like make it come back. Like it's gonna come back to the person in a certain way, and it's gonna come back to you in a certain way. If you lost 1,000, I don't know, in a scope of a year, you might win somewhere, or you make it out somewhere. You're rich in a lot of ways. In health, whenever you see maybe your tios or tias going through a hard time, you're rich just because you're a little better. You have your health, So even losing money, I mean, imagine I lost $50 back then and got angry. I was like, that was one of the most life-changing moments. Like whenever I had the biggest burst of anger. But now, people le he prestado 2,000 and they haven't paid me back. I'm like, I can't get mad about that.
True, but like it also does it like, I mean, obviously back then.
Yeah, back then, but still like.
And like it's not even about the money part, but just like the anger.
Yeah, and who I was at that moment. I mean, maybe I was like what, 16, 17, 15. Like I still had like a lot of emotions going on. And like I said, even 2 years ago.
I mean, even I bet that a lot of 15-year-olds or 17-year-olds could relate to that.
Yeah, a lot. But
what's something you could tell them? The ones who are angry right now and they're 15, 17.
Well,
Just think about your past self.
The 15-year-old me would say kind of like start finding to something to entertain your mind with, honestly.
Do you think maybe you'd tell them to be patient?
I don't know, because you really don't have patience at that age. Like, you don't. Even my dad used to tell me a lot of times.
But I would remember you would have a lot of patience when it came to puzzles for a certain time. That's something I remember about you. That you had the patience to sit there and do something. So maybe for you, it was just channeling that patience into something good. Because you were patient on this side, but then when it came to your anger and you exploded, you didn't think about that patience. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you use that patience to, instead of focus on something that wasn't going to get you anywhere, to focus on something that was going to better you.
Yeah, so maybe the 15-year-olds, the teenagers can do that.
Channel your anger?
Channel in some way. Like I said, maybe go to the gym, go run. I don't know. It's because anger is energy, I think. Anger, you could put it to good use.
Yeah, and we should definitely talk about, like, different feelings as well, you know? Because, like, anger, happiness, sadness, whatever other feeling you could feel, at the end of the day, if it's something that you learn how to control
or learn how to understand it, like the emotion itself.
Yeah, understand or channel it into something good, it could really help you in health, like in life in general. I'm
telling you, whenever I stopped really worrying, stressing, being angry about a lot of things, my life, I felt like a little less weight, or like a weight off my shoulders. So it's helped me go further, because that anger used to hold me down and hold me back from who I really wanted to become. And I'm still transforming myself. I'm still like building myself, but anger was just one of the biggest things, like for me and me specifically. Like, but I know, like I said, maybe like you said, there are 15, 16-year-olds that are also angry.
Yeah, right now. I mean, the best...
kind of like of their lifestyle. I was angry at my lifestyle too. Like
the best advice that I can give is take a deep breath. I promise you that if in any of those moments you were angry, you would have remembered to take a deep breath and like think about the situation you were in, you wouldn't have had any of those reactions. So take a deep breath. It's very simple, but I think it works.
Maybe, yeah. Because
just like, you know, like if you're like super angry about anything before you make any decision,
because what, you usually hold your breath, huh? Like you,
I mean, I guess, I don't know if like scientifically, when you get mad,
but breathing you have to at least pause for a moment before you react. So yeah, I get what you mean.
Oh yeah, take a deep breath, and that's one of the best ways that I deal with anger. You know, because I've never had any outbursts where like I will hit something, you know.
But you used to be angry too, though.
Yeah,
like you used to get more mad like about things. Like I can say, for instance, sometimes whenever you came home and had to do chores, you used to kind of get like frustrated. Or I don't know what went through your head, but I used to kind of change your mood. So I'm like, what's wrong? Like we have to do chores.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but it was just like all right. It was kind of more like of annoyance than being mad, because
you're just so annoyed.
Yeah, because like I said, I never had any outbursts where like, you know, like
yeah, you did it.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I've had anger, but I've never really had like a need to bring it to the physical or anything like that, you know, because I feel like dealing with your anger was enough. You know, or just seeing how you reacted, I think it was enough for me to like just see like, yo, I need to chill out about things. You know, so maybe it was like just seeing how you were.
So you learned how to not to be me.
Yeah, I guess so, without like even thinking about it.
Huh.
Yeah, because I would always remember like in a situation where I would be angry, I was just like, yo, I need to chill out before like I do anything. And then you see a lot of movies or like the parent or something is like saying like, you need to calm down before you do anything, you know?
So you used to watch that?
Well, I mean, it's not that I would like watch it necessarily, but I would just like remember. Like over time, you
noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed like they're probably like tienen razón, you know?
Yeah. Oh, for real?
Yeah, so I would take into consideration that before you do anything crazy, when you're mad, you should probably like think about it before you do anything.
Yeah, I know. I wow, I hadn't seen it. I didn't know you saw it that way.
Yeah, because I mean, in any of those moments that were like where you would react,
yeah,
you wouldn't get the same reaction from me, except that one time. I remember one time we were about to beat each other up in the living room. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
You just, I don't know. We were gonna go to school and you didn't get up from the couch or something like that.
No, I think you were on the couch. You were on the couch, and I was walking by. You were like, "Hey, go turn on the car." I was like, "No, I don't want to turn on the car," because I'm pretty sure you were like near the door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were near the door, and I was like in the kitchen area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's how we were, and my mom was in the kitchen. That is hilarious. I think I was the one that walked by, and you told me to go turn on your car, and I didn't want to. I was like, "No," I was like, "You go turn on your car." You're like, "Come on," like I don't know what, but then we both had that like mad reaction.
Oh, I remember because you told me no. I grabbed my book bag, like I took off my book bag, and I threw it at you. I don't know what books it had, but I'm pretty sure it was heavy too. Like, but I threw it without like as hard as I could to you. I think you were on the couch, and then whenever you took off the book bag that I had thrown at you, we just went at it.
No, I think you're remembering it wrong.
For real?
We both like we both like charged at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we threw our book bag at each other though.
Oh.
You said that you threw your book bag at me, but I also took off my book bag.
Oh, for real?
You don't remember that?
No.
We like charged at each other and like we threw our book bags at each other first.
I remember that, but you took off your book bag too?
Yeah, we both threw our book bags at each other.
I really don't remember that. I don't. But the thing is that we ended up fighting.
yeah.
We ended up just like revolcándonos on the.
And my mom was
carpet.
like, "Yo, y'all need to calm the hell
Yeah,
down."
my mom almost cried because
she had never seen us like scrap.
And we don't really scrap like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think that's something healthy that we don't do.
Like fight.
Yeah, like fight like till.
Yeah, because
we knock each other out. Yeah.
Imagine you get drunk and we both get mad and then we just start beating each other up. That's crazy, you know?
No, but when I'm drunk, I'm just happy. Like I'm just
yeah.
I'm just cool.
Cool.
No, but no, I don't have that reaction of like, oh, I'm gonna get angry. No, but that was only one of the biggest fights that we had but we don't really fight like that. So mom started even crying, and then she told dad.
But I mean, you know how parents react. You know?
I was just like, Mom, I was just like exaggerating. Like
we're gonna be straight later.
Yeah, we're gonna be cool later.
But I feel like that was the good thing, you know. I mean, it's just a brother thing, I guess. Growing up, you know, like people who have siblings, they fight with each other, get mad, and then 5 minutes later you're good. Yeah,
and the dynamic between brothers and sisters is also different. I've seen like sisters fight.
Really?
Yeah, and then like the brother fights are like different, and then the brother sister fights are different. Like they're all different matchups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like you can't. There's been moments I guess we've been angry at each other, like other than that moment, but at the end you just come back like for a while. Like what's the longest we've stayed mad? I don't think that long, right?
Not really. Like maybe like 2 hours.
No, dude. It's probably been the longest. Has been like 2 days or a day where we don't talk to each other. I know there's been those moments.
I mean, I get, but they're so rare that I really don't remember them.
Yeah, they might be. They might be rare enough to not remember because I really don't want to hate you. Like I don't have no reason to hate you too. And since you're my brother, I'm like, I would rather be a guy than like someone in your way, you know. Because like I feel like fighting you all the time wouldn't help you find your way. If you were terco about certain things and wanted to do certain things, I'm like, okay, go try it. Like I can't change you.
Yeah, true.
So we don't really have those matchups like that. But if you want, we can cut it short. And
yeah, hey, stop being mad. That was kind of like a little bit of our experience, I guess, with anger. me dealing mostly with his, but
no, yours too. You also had moments.
I mean, yeah, but I would never take it out on you.
No.
I mean, I think it was different if I was angry in the corner or something, and you were just paying attention to me being mad.
There was a lot of moments where you were annoyed. Like, I could see it straight in your face.
Yeah, but I was never, like, doing anything to anybody. So, like, it's because what I'm saying is that I feel like my anger was, like, really kept inside. And I was fortunate enough to see, like, things around me, I guess, that helped me deal with that anger. You know, so I feel like we were just talking about, like, just anger in general. Because maybe at moments you would, like, take it out.
Yeah.
You know, to that extreme, I mean. Because I don't remember being mad and not talking to somebody for like 2 days. Or like just like separating myself. Just because I was mad. Do you get what I'm saying? So like I just felt like it was something that I dealt with pretty good. Just because of the experiences that I had. So.
But there used to be a lot of reactions with mom and dad too. Like, you don't remember those?
I mean, yeah, but doesn't everybody go through that?
Yeah, I guess. I had a lot of moments I
feel like that's just like a general, like.
I used to go into my room for a day and not talk to my mom and my dad.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm pretty sure I think that's normal. Or like that's a normal reaction between like teenagers and their parents.
Yeah, it might be. But hey, the more you grow up, the more like, or even if you find peace sooner, because I feel like there's some peaceful people out there. Mine was a little turbulent. Mine was pretty crazy. I had a lot of emotions going on, but I've learned how to control them. And hopefully you guys find it too, whether it's through books, going to the gym.
Talking to other people.
Hey,
talk to people. I feel like that's important too.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, if you talk it out with somebody, I feel like it's very therapeutic.
It helps you share your anger. Or it helps you share your frustration.
Yeah, like.
Or whatever you're feeling.
I guess. And then maybe by like talking about it, it can help you understand why you're angry.
That one's a good one too.
Yeah, so, hey, talk about it. If you have nobody to talk to, hit us up.
Tap into the next episode. Thank you guys for joining us.
Okay, Smokey.